Merry
Merry
Christmas
Christmas
from the Great Take Podcast.
Great Takes Podcast.
Family.
Oh, I forgot the family part.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
let's do
also,
it one more time.
okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Merry
Merry
Christmas
Christmas
from the
from
Great
the
Take
Great Take
Podcast
Podcast
family.
family. All right, I think that's good.
It's
good.
hard. There's
And
a
Happy
delay.
New Year.
Yeah,
What
and
is
also-
going on with my screen? Sorry, guys. Having some technical difficulties.
It's like the annoying orange. No, this is a perfect opening. This is perfect. It's kind of spooky. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Nope. Still don't
What
cut
the
it.
hell?
All right, I'm done with that. I'm just gonna do none.
Okay.
Man, I wish I had a
So-
cool background like you guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like mine with the guy. Forget the name of his character.
His name was Sai.
Sai. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, should we do like a little refresher? It's been a while since we've watched this.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Boom. There we go.
Ooh.
oh, nice. Okay, there we got it working. Okay.
For some reason,
Perfect.
it was built into. I have a green screen, so it thought I could set the green screen.
That makes sense.
All right.
Okay.
You don't
we
mind if
start?
I just record it like right here?
No, that's good. That's good. You should
Okay.
do that. It's like you're in the car.
Exactly.
Uh,
I'm a little cold right now.
Hopefully, you get better.
Yeah. But what did we watch this week, guys?
All right.
What?
What? Dramatic.
Bro, why'd you hop off?
No, I didn't mean to. I switched Wi-Fi. Okay, I think I should be good now. I was on the wrong
Okay.
Wi-Fi, like our old Wi-Fi. I think that's why I kept disconnecting. So now I think my connection should be a lot more stable. But when I changed Wi-Fi, it automatically just kicked me out of the Zoom. So
Oh man.
It
okay.
made you look really dramatic. I
Yeah.
was like, so what did we watch this week, guys? And you just went, all right. And then you dropped.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't even hear you. I didn't hear you say that because my fucking internet froze. But now I'm back.
All
Okay.
right. Well, thank you for joining for another episode of Great Take Podcast. Family?
Yeah, special holiday edition. of the
Special
Great
holiday
Take
edition.
Podcast.
This week, Knives Out 3, or better known as Wake Up Dead Man. Third installment of the Knives Out franchise. Continuing on, written and directed by Rian Johnson. Standout cast compared to the previous ones with Daniel Craig, of course, as Benoit Blanc, and then the main protagonist, Josh O'Connor, and then with the ragtag gang of Josh Brolin, who RIP is the one that died, Glenn Close, Mila Kunis, surprise comeback, Jeremy Renner, Kerry Washington, Andrew Scott, Kaylee Spaney, Daryl McCormack, and Thomas Hayden Church. Let's get into it.
Josh Brolin passed away?
No, in the movie.
No, in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. All right, let's get into it. Right off the bat, before we do any discussion, before we give our opinions, before we give our reviews, Bobby, Joe, what is y'all's ranking? 5 stars out of 5 stars. What are we saying?
You go first, Bobby.
Honestly, I'm gonna give this a 4.6 out of 5.
Wow.
Okay,
This
coming out hot.
this was
coming
a
out hot.
solid whodunit. Really one of the greatest whodunits I've seen in a while. I think my favorite in the Knives Out series, personally. I do think had an interesting setting. I kind of like that Daniel Craig took a little bit more of a back seat in this one. No pun intended, as he's in the front seat, your background. Uh, and I liked all the characters. I thought it was good, maybe like slightly predictable at parts, but honestly, it was super enjoyable watch. I loved it.
Mhm.
How do y'all feel?
Nice. Yeah, Joe, what are you thinking out of 5 stars?
I'd probably give it like a 4.2,
Oh,
4.3,
okay.
something around there. Yeah, I really liked it. I like all three of these Knives Out movies, honestly, kind of all the same. I think they're all just like super solid, super like easy to watch, super entertaining. Got some
Mm.
humor. I was thinking this kind of like the White Lotus of movies. And that it's like there's always like this ensemble cast. There's kind of like intertwining story that involves everyone. But it's like a little more fun, a little more lighthearted, and you don't get that like kind of, you know, icky feeling you sometimes get watching some shit they do in White Lotus. So yeah, I like it a lot. I thought it was cool. Very, very entertaining. I definitely did not, like Bobby said, predictable. I feel like I did not know what was going to happen. I thought it was pretty unpredictable. There were parts where I thought I had it figured out and then was wrong. So yeah, I thought it was solid.
Out of the three, what are you ranking this one? Is it the best one? Is it the middle? Does it fall at the very end?
For me personally, I feel like they're all like exactly the same. I like all of them, like kind of exactly the same. They're all like,
Okay.
I like them all. Like I don't really have this particular preference for, yeah, one over the other.
Wow. Yeah, that's I'm I'm gonna go with a ranking of 4.5 out of 5. Um, I agree. I agree with Bobby. This is the better of of all three movies. Even though the first one I love, I've seen that one at least over 5 times and since it's come out. Um, but yeah, I know the story in this one, just the way it kind of like y'all were saying, Daniel Craig kind of takes a little bit more of a backseat. I think he doesn't come into this movie until like maybe 30, maybe 45 minutes in, which was surprising because I almost forgot this was a Knives Out movie, you know?
Mhm.
Um, and so, I love the themes and motifs. I love how it kind of takes into as a man who's recently started going to a Catholic church, kind of, you know, seeing that part of the Catholic side kind of like being told is kind of funny to see versus, actually seeing it. Did any of you guys grow up Catholic and can somehow relate to this a little bit?
Bobby.
Ugh. I went to, I won't say I like grew up Catholic necessarily, but I did go to my fair share, like a good number of masses.
Wait, wait,
In
wait.
fact, I actually
You
went to like one couple days ago actually for Christmas, midnight mass. Uh, it was chill. Honestly, I low key was kind of zoned out. Kind of had some Instagram reels downloaded to my head and was just scrolling through them, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, honestly, I don't feel like I don't feel like the services any Catholic masses I've been to played quite like they did in the movie here.
yeah,
You know,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they took some liberties with some of the, whatever religious like specific details. But yeah, I thought that was a cool kind of you know, twist on the movie. I like that they didn't like have it be like making fun of a religion or like, super, but they also didn't make it endorsing it super fully either. I feel like it was
yeah,
took a pretty nuanced like, take on it. So
yeah.
it was cool.
Like they're walking already on the thin line with religion and a a part of a religion that is already so has already gotten a lot of flack for other stuff. So I feel like like Rian Johnson kind of wrote this perfectly. Um, let's talk about the story. Did y'all get the twist at the end? Was that a surprise? Did y'all see it coming? Um, I mean, in the end, it was let's see, what was her name?
Mm.
Martha, I think the old
Yeah.
lady, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought, well, okay, actually, well, Bob, do you want to say something?
Uh, sure. I felt like I kind of knew from the beginning she was gonna be pretty involved in it. Just like they kind of cast her as like an initial like guilty actor, I feel like kind of early on in the plot. And I kind of felt like in the flashback with her like sister, she whispers something to her sister or whatever, and the audience doesn't hear it, but it's kind of told as being one thing. And I kind of knew when I saw that, I'm like, I already know this is probably gonna play a big part in the movie. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I feel like in a whodunit, if you see two people talking and you don't know what they're talking about, you always know that's gonna be a clue or a reveal later on, you know?
Hmm.
Did you know then, kind of in that scene with Josh Brolin and Martha's character, when they came out of the confessional, did you know something at that point too? Like, oh, something's up. Like, she's gonna be a part of something big. Because that was the
I
one that I drew to myself and was like, oh yeah, that's gonna cause some issues. Like kind of I'm already looking at her funny.
Yeah. If I recall, didn't he make kind of like a funny grunting noise after leaving the confessional booth?
Yeah,
Because I think I remember.
he came out like eyes wide open, like shocked, like shell shocked almost, and kind of like was like, "Oh God, like I gotta go." I think that
Yeah.
point is when he went and started not looking, but kind of coming up with the idea of getting the jewel.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely hear what you got, like what Bobby's saying about, like she seemed guilty from the start. The thing is, they have so many fake outs where like certain people are sort of guilty. And so like the actual real thing, there were so many people involved, right? Like she was involved, the groundskeeper was involved,
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy
Jeremy
Renner, yeah,
Renner's.
the doctor was involved. Like there are so many, all these people that like it was good in that you didn't, there's no pretty much no possible way to figure out exactly what was happening the whole time, which is good. But I guess part of the reason like some of these movies don't hit like complete, I think it's just the whodunit genre in general. Like this is like Bobby said, a top tier one, like one of the best ones. But even still, it's like in order for it to be interesting the whole time and for you to not know, like not be able to guess it, they kind of have to make it really like convoluted. And then like now it's been
Mm-hmm.
like a week since we watched it, and I just like, still don't fully remember exactly what happened just because there are so many different like layers, like so many different turns that happen. Um, but I don't know. I still think they did a good job with how they revealed it, like because like Martha did seem guilty at the beginning, but then they had so many other people seem guilty at all these different times that I kind of forgot about that. And then by the time she actually was guilty, it's almost like it came back around and I was like kind of surprised by it. So I don't
Yeah,
know. I feel like it still worked pretty well.
I feel
Mhm.
like they had kind of with the ensemble and kind of pointing at a lot of people. I feel like they kind of they could have done a bit better job with including more people in there. Like, I'm looking specifically at Andrew Scott's character, the writer, right? Like, he played such a
Mhm.
small role. He could have not even been in the movie, and we wouldn't have lost much. So kind of like that. A little bit of Psy's character. He's kind of like the instigator, kind of the ends up being Josh Brolin's son in the movie, which I don't know, kind of was a little bit of what you mentioned, Joe, like the kind of like, all right, like this is like another twist, like all right, what's gonna happen now? Like we're at this point almost an hour 45 into the movie, like it does move the story along in some ways, but in others, I was just kind of like, all right, we need to get to this, the bottom of this mystery. Bobby, how did you feel the pacing of this movie was?
Ooh. Honestly, no complaints when it comes to pacing. I will say it being straight to streaming, I feel makes it a better, easier watch.
It had
Uh,
a 2 week stint in the movies, I think, and then it went into streaming.
oh shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
but pretty limited, I think.
Yeah,
Like pretty limited.
yeah.
very limited release.
Yeah.
I missed it, missed out on going to it because the moment it came out, it sold out quick, especially over at the Alamo right here. Like you could,
Uh-huh.
I think it was like a 2 week release or something, and almost every day, every showing was booked up. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess maybe pacing would have been more of an issue if like we had seen it in a theater. You know,
yeah,
I think watching it at home, I felt like the pacing was good. It was what, like maybe a 2 hour long movie?
yeah. Let me see.
I think it's longer than that. I think it was pretty long. I think it was like 2 hours, 20 minutes, something like that.
I see.
Yeah,
Like,
2 hours 26 minutes. Yeah, I got it pulled up here.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Um.
So honestly, compared to other like movies of that length, I felt like the pacing, like I felt like I was never too bored during a movie, honestly.
Yeah.
And I will say, I guess sometimes with those kind of whodunit
Oh.
movies, like oh,
Oh, you're good.
uh, like
Wait, did I think? Okay, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
oh, there's like maybe kind of at the end, they have the big reveal, and I do kind of wonder if maybe one or two more clues should have been revealed pre big reveal.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
honestly, I still loved it though, and I like the end with the little diamond and the crucifix and all that.
Yeah.
Thought that was cool.
I think this is, we're in the third movie. I feel like Daniel Craig finally nailed down the accent of Benoit Blanc. That was one of the things in the first movie, especially. I rewatched it this year. I forget when, but I rewatched it this year in anticipation for this movie. And man, watching that first one, his accent, it's just tough. It's really all over the place. This one, like he kind of fine tuned it a lot more.
Mm.
Uh, he's a lot more funny in this one. Kind of like, um, yeah, I think Daniel Craig has finally gotten this character down, and if they do end up making another one, I think that one will be a chef kiss moment with
Mhm.
his character.
Hmm. Yeah. 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 I
Uh,
thought you. Oh, go ahead.
oh no, you go ahead and then I'll say
Oh,
my piece
oh,
after.
okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 I thought he was good. I like how they developed the character a little bit. I do like, I don't know, like talking about the religion thing. I think they did a good job with having him be kind of like skeptical of all the religious stuff, but then have him still kind of learn something through the end. I don't know. Again, I thought that was kind of cool because at first they made him like kind of making fun of the whole religion thing, and I was just like, it came off a little like, oh man, is he just gonna be like, making fun of it, like kind of from a condescending, whatever sort of viewpoint. But then I think they did the exact right amount of like making fun of it and like kind of having his character develop a little more than he has in like the other ones because he's always been kind of like super in charge, kind of like sure of himself. And I feel like he hasn't really changed too much over the course of the movies, but they kind of had him change a little bit in this one. So I thought that was cool. And also, Bobby, you could add this on to whatever you were going to say. But I was just wondering because you said that, I know you really like this one, but I know like sometimes in like horror movies and other stuff like that, I know you don't always like when they like explain everything or have like a thing at the end where they like explain how everything happened. But then like a movie like this kind of because like just watching it, the whole last like almost like half hour of the movie is explaining how everything happened. And I don't always notice stuff like that, but this one felt like pretty, you know, extreme. Like I felt like I noticed it, man, they've been explaining this for like so long. Is that like I guess do you feel like it's just like acceptable or like, it fits this genre really, really well because it's a whodunit? Like there's kind of no avoiding like an explanation. Is that kind of why you feel like it works? Or like what sets this apart from a movie like where, I know there are some horror movies, even like a movie like Weapons or like something like that, where, they kind of explain everything, but somehow it feels like the movie kind of loses some of its mystery that way. Do not feel like
Mhm.
that really happened with this movie?
Yeah, I do agree. Like, I think a big part of it is sorry, I have a little cold right now, but I do feel like a big part of it is the whodunit genre. I feel like
Yeah.
in a whodunit, really, there's no avoiding some level of explanation. And also, I'd say a big thing too is he's not necessarily explaining the themes or symbolism or something in the movie. I
Hmm.
think that's more where I kind of get a little bothered with some movies is when they feel the need to explain the themes or the symbols or whatever,
I see. Yeah.
versus something like a mystery, uh, especially like a whodunit type
Hmm.
movie. I feel like it had like the right amount of explanation in it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm. The speaking of, mysteries that aren't explained, me and Tyler actually had a quite lengthy discussion after this movie about some things that he was wondering, which I'll ask y'all as well.
Okay.
Uh, so do you remember they have the body of Josh Brolin in the basement right by the thing of acid to dissolve the body in?
Yeah.
Why had the body not been dissolved yet? That was a big question of Tyler as well as me when we were watching the movie, which is if they already had the body of him pre groundskeeper going into the Lazarus tomb and escaping, why not dispose of Josh Brolin's body before all of the shenanigans occurred, you know?
Isn't that because the acid has such a well, yeah, I mean, I guess it's a one-time use, right? Like, might as well use all of it to dispose of two. Well,
Yeah, it
Well,
could.
there originally wasn't even going to be two bodies. It was only
yeah,
going
I
to
know.
be Josh
Yeah.
Brolin as well.
Hmm. Yeah, honestly, that's a good question. I'm still not, honestly, I'm still not totally, I don't remember exactly what the plan was. Like, I know the idea was to have the groundskeeper kind of, or it was to have, like make people think that it was Josh Brolin's body. But in terms of, yeah, destroying the evidence, I don't know. Maybe they just felt like, I don't know. Maybe they just had a hard time doing it since it was, he was a guy they all knew and like, you know, worked alongside or like lived alongside for so long. They just like maybe
Yeah.
they, it was a emotional thing. I honestly I don't know. I don't know if there's like a a canon explanation for that. I don't know. Did you guys have any ideas?
No, none come to mind because yeah, I mean, I didn't even think about that
Hmm.
until now. But yeah,
Maybe
I
we
guess
leave this one for the Great Take audience members, the Great Take family to solve in the
in the
comments.
comments below,
Yeah.
yeah, give us your opinions, thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah, all fan theories welcome. And remember, anyone who wants to, if you feel like you have a really good theory, a really good idea and you want to be on the podcast, just let us know.
Just come on in, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, and please keep all discussions civil. No,
Please.
no name calling or anything of that nature.
Well, we're coming. Well, how are we doing on time? Maybe we can cut this part.
Um, I don't know how we can't really view the time. I
I think
think
we've
we've
been go
probably been like 20, 30
Minutes.
minutes.
yeah, I think around 25 30 probably.
I was gonna. We could do a. It's nearly the end of the year, so like 2 more days. So we could rank our top movies.
Ooh.
I could try to pull up my letterbox and everyone can just try to pull it up and then we just kind of rank the movies, or list the top movies we've seen, maybe rank them in terms of best we've seen this year. Um,
I'd be down to do that.
yeah.
Yeah, I might need to like look to prepare or like I don't know, just look at my letterbox too and be like,
Yeah.
I don't know. We
Well,
could also do that as like a whole different episode too. That could be like our
that's what
next
that's what I
episode.
was
Oh,
thinking.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like top 10 of the year. Plus,
Uh,
there's like,
on
go ahead.
oh no, my bad, my
Oh,
bad.
I was just gonna say there's like one or two I still haven't seen. Like I feel like I need to see freaking Marty Supreme and Sinners. I haven't
Oh,
seen
yeah.
either of those yet, which I feel like kind of have to see.
Sinners is
But
Yeah,
good.
same.
yeah,
I think y'all will like it. I haven't seen Weapons yet or Marty Supreme, so I need to.
okay.
Is Weapons on streaming? I think it
Yeah,
is,
it's
right?
on HBO.
Oh, maybe we can get into some movie news. Speaking of HBO and Warner Bros. and Netflix,
Oh
do you want to
yeah,
do that or?
we can do that. Uh,
I'd be down to keep riffing about the movie too, man. I do feel like there's still maybe one or two, or I don't know.
yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah,
Could
no,
be wrong.
I'm just coming up with with ideas like we can.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm down to
Uh,
do that for the next episode. Like we
yeah.
could do like top 10 movies and just talk about, whatever, like
Yeah.
current movie related issues, or whatever.
Hmm.
Like a few things.
Hmm.
That way it's nice because we don't have to like worry about watching a specific movie and like whatever. Like
All the time. Yeah.
yeah. We could just do a more casual one.
I almost think would be awesome if like maybe for like every couple of movie review and discussions we do, we have just like a general discussion episode. It could be like,
Hmm.
you know, we could come up with a title for it. It could be like Lazy Sunday with
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a good
the
idea.
great take, you know?
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, but yeah, going back to yeah, I feel like we could still probably have a few more like things, points of discussion for
Hmm.
for this movie. What about like what do you guys think of like the main kind of like ideas or themes in this one? Because I thought it was kind of cool. There's definitely a lot of stuff about um like faith and like believing,
Hmm.
believing in people when to stick to your beliefs versus maybe it's time to question some of them. And then also definitely some, clear political sort of allegory stuff or social commentary just about the idea of these kind of powerful, kind of egotistical people who can kind of play people against each other, kind of prey on people's fears and insecurities and use that to kind of, bolster their own power. Definitely some timely stuff, but I felt like it wasn't too like obvious or forced. I felt like it was a pretty good sort of microcosm of kind of a lot of stuff that's going on right now. What do you
Yeah.
guys think?
Agreed. I think honestly like I think one part that I thought was, pretty profound was the whole idea of like all the people in the pews or whatever, how they would be like kind of scared that the priest would like call them out, but at the same time they really did enjoy watching others get called out by him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh which I thought was, definitely applies to a lot of things, right? Like I feel like I don't know, even when you're watching America's Funniest Home Videos or something, and someone gets like hit with the pie in the face or something, it's like you don't want to get hit with a pie or fall off a ladder or
Yeah.
something, but you see it happening to someone else and you get excited, or you go on social media or something and you see some terrible piece of news and it's like, you want to read it even though it's like you would never want some
Hmm.
terrible thing to happen
Hmm.
to yourself.
Yeah, it was interesting seeing like the drive that the ensemble had to stay at the church, and kind of like they loved the idea of the, the priest Josh Brolin's character just attacking others, and then the moment they got attacked, they went super defensive and was like, "Why me?" Um, and I really like kind of the whole. aspect of um like why does someone turn to religion? Why, in many moments, like, is it out of desperation? Is it out of the need for some kind of sanity to have, like Josh O'Connor's character, he, killed a man and turned to God. Um, who is the girl in the wheelchair? Her name was
Oh, I forgot about her.
Yeah, the cello
she's
player.
yeah, the cello
Yeah.
player. Like she's desperate in a different way. I think her character's name was, I think, Simone.
Yeah, I
Right.
think
So
that's
she
right.
was, in a different form of desperation. And I think in many ways it's kind of almost the way that the ensemble and the way that I think Rian Johnson wrote it was that in many ways, if you're desperate, if you just need something to kind of get out of this like in your head moment, religion shouldn't be that. You shouldn't turn to religion and be like, this is the thing that's going to save me in the way that like you think it's going to be. Simone thought she would get cured from her disease. Um, Jeremy Renner's character was, his wife left him and he turned to drinking and he turned to this to the priest and was like, this guy's going to save me. But in reality, he was just radicalizing him. And I think that's kind of a thing that we see a lot in this generation is even getting radicalized by the church, not necessarily by the Catholic Church. Maybe it's more so a Baptist or, non-denominational, whatever it may be. You're looking, and maybe it's a general message of, you're looking for one item in your life, and any which way you go to seek it, you're kind of looking for whatever you like. It's not really the truth. And I think that's kind of at the very end of the movie was like, in some ways you won't like the truth, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's well said. And then even within that, yeah, there's some cool stuff. I feel like cool ideas about faith in general. Not even just religious faith, but just like faith in like other people and stuff. I think there's a good line where Josh O'Connor's character like pretty early on when Benoit Blanc first shows up, and he wants him to like solve the mystery kind of like right away, and then he keeps saying it's unsolvable, and then like he kind of seems to put some of the pieces together, but then they don't quite add up. And Josh O'Connor's character is like, "Oh, I put my faith in you to solve this, blah blah blah." And so like even him, he's putting his faith in this detective to try to help like solve the problem, but he's mad it's not working out right away. He's like, he doesn't have patience. He kind of like there's this idea that faith is like a guarantee to like solve all your problems, but that's not really how it works. It's like people can try their best to help you, but it's not like you put your faith in something and then you're transactionally rewarded with whatever the solution to your problem is. It's a little more complex than that. And then I also like this whole idea of even your enemies or the people who you feel like are against you, still showing them sort of empathy and having faith in them to like become better people and all
Mm-hmm.
that. And I think that's kind of really brought home at the end when Benoit Blanc's starting to explain everything that happened and he just stops and he lets Martha come forward and turn herself in. I thought that was a pretty cool moment because it's like, you know, rather than fighting back or trying to expose all these people, they had faith that even though she was acting in opposition to them this whole time, that she would come around and feel the guilt and kind of atone for her sins herself. So I think that was, I don't know, I think that was a pretty interesting takeaway. It sort of doesn't
Mm-hmm.
preach just like fighting, you know, stooping down to the level of someone who's fighting against you, but instead like continuing to be patient with them and giving them room to sort of grow themselves.
Yeah. And I think to your point, Joe, I think the best character that, encapsulates all that is Samson. He's not necessarily evil, he comes off first as the mean guy, as the groundskeeper, But the more the story is revealed, is that he's patient. He's not really even listening to um, Josh Brolin as the priest. He's just kind of like he wanted to do it for himself, and so he did it. He's not necessarily like trying to, show others that he can do this. So I really think Samson's character was also just the best character, besides Josh O'Connor's, the main protagonist. I think his performance, what's his name, Thomas Hayden's Church's performance just really was super cool. Was really good.
Agreed. One question I have for y'all, is after this movie, we are three Knives Out movies in. At this point, it is a proper franchise. Now, I'm just wondering, do y'all want more Knives Out movies? How do y'all feel about, uh, it kind of feels like another great franchise or movie franchise is here. Uh, how do y'all feel about the idea of there being more movies of this, or a show, or spin-off movies, etc.? And what directions would you like to see the Knives Out franchise go in?
Yeah, after Glass Onion, I was a little I thought that was a good ending for it. I thought I wasn't the biggest fan of it coming out of it. And I thought, you know, it's good if it ends here. And when the news of Wake Up Dead Man came out, I was like, oh, all right, well, let's give it another shot. And I think after watching this movie and thinking about it, man, I love this. I love this series. The first one was really good. I've seen that over 5 times. Um, I'm pretty sure I'll watch this one again. Um, Chelsea hasn't seen it, so I think I definitely want. It's for sure one of those movies you got to watch several times, and I think each time you watch it, you'll pick up um, more things. So I'm excited for another one if they do end up making it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think honestly I'm fine with them making more as long as seems like Ryan Johnson really has full kind of creative control over it and cares about it a lot. Like it's clearly, you can see similarities with all three that he's really good at getting both the surface level like story and mystery, like making that entertaining, but then also having, some of his own ideas underneath thrown in there. As long as he like keeps caring, I think it really depends on whether he cares about it or not. As long as he really keeps wanting to do it and isn't just doing it, for money or because Netflix wants him to keep making more. As long as his heart's still in it, I'm fine with them still making it because it seems like he's kind of like made three pretty solid ones so far. And it's not like IP or something like that. Like it doesn't feel like cynical. It feels like still feels pretty original and like genuine. So yeah, I
Uh-huh,
like
yeah.
it.
No, agreed, agreed. I like where it's at right now. I definitely, if the fourth one came out, I would watch it. Uh, I hope that this is a franchise that they're able to keep alive and keep interesting. Uh, I do feel like we live in kind of a, I don't know, I was gonna say unique time. I don't know if it's really unique or not, where you kind of see franchises come and get stale kind of quickly, in my opinion. Yeah, I think, my opinion, John Wick is kind of an example of this, where they kind of get a couple movies and they're interesting. People love the characters. Then before you know it, you've got like spin-offs and all this other stuff going on. So I really hope that if they make more movies, that they're able to keep that quality, up high and not get too fan servicey or whatever.
Did they ever release that one, the ballet John Wick movie?
Ballerina,
Ballerina? Yeah. Did that ever come
yeah.
out?
Yeah, yeah. I actually watched it. I didn't love it personally.
Oh wow. Yeah, because I know lead was Anna Darmus, right?
Yeah. It felt like, and not to get too into another movie while we're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
this,
yeah.
but it felt like they had like John Wick in it, for like 10 minutes and like people in the crowd were like cheering for like the couple of scenes he was in. It was like kind of like felt a little ridiculous. We're like,
Yeah, yeah. That's like a
and
fan
then
service movie. Yeah, bring.
yeah, yeah, you have Keanu Reeves show up at one point. People are like, "Oh my God!" Like, it's
Yeah,
like the end of Rogue One when you had Darth Vader come in for
come
like
in.
30
Yeah.
seconds and like everyone was like losing it.
One of
Yeah.
the better parts of that movie, probably. Yeah, like what, like just drove everyone crazy. Um. Oh yeah, what do you think about? I had mixed feelings about this after watching it. Bobby, you got him, on your green screen size character. I feel like a lot of times when writing, because he's like a late Gen Z guy, right? So I feel like a lot of times when Gen Z characters get written, it's a lot of times a little too cringy in my opinion. Like phone in your face, hashtag this, hashtag that. Um, how did you guys feel about his arc, his character development? How he came off.
Bobby, I feel like you have something to say about this. You were like smiling.
Uh, I don't know. I thought he was so funny, bro. Like every scene he was in, I was giggling, bro. He was just so that I liked him a lot, honestly. Even though they make him a not likable character, like I just couldn't help but laugh every time he was on screen with his little like camera out, just like
Yeah,
filming, and there's like a little like phone. I don't even know what you call it, phone stabilizer for filming. He's
Yeah.
just so funny, bro. And then at the end when he's like, "Where's the diamond?" or whatever, like
yeah,
just I don't know. Oh, dude, even look at like the face he's making in the photo here, he just always had like some dumb look on his face as he was like filming something. I thought he was really funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I like this character a lot too. He's kind of like Justin Long's character in Barbarian in that he's just
oh,
kind of like
yeah,
shamelessly kind of like an asshole and it kind of makes you like him because in that
yeah,
way.
Yeah.
And like yeah, I thought it was good. I like how he's just such a opportunist, that like he doesn't even think about the like ethical implications of anything he's doing. He's like, oh, this will get like lots of views. I'll just like document it. I feel like that's definitely a attitude around like people, a lot of people our age.
Mhm.
I saw a thing recently about, do you see that one guy in like, I think it was like Bangladesh or I can't remember, some like South Asian country. But he basically makes like a bunch of money just making these like racist ads, like Facebook ads to appeal to like British people or whatever, like racist British people, and he's made his like whole career that way. And then if you like look at, I looked in like the comments of like, it was just some Instagram post and everyone was like, hey man, I respect him, he's getting his money, one way or the other. And it's like that sort of attitude, this character just kind of like encapsulates that whole attitude. But I do like how they still made him kind of human. Like when he found out that Josh Brolin was his dad, like I don't know, I feel like it kind of added a layer of tragedy that people like that there probably is something probably emotionally there that they're just not acknowledging that makes them act that way. So I don't know, I thought it was a good character overall, and also yeah, just funny too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I came off hating the guy. Obviously, like he's kind of written that way, but man, my stick is like you know Gen Z or is like the phone thing and having that phone stabilizer thing and posting it. I think they posted it to like YouTube, that argument that Josh O'Connor and Josh Brolin had, and uh, I'm always like, oh man, it takes me out of it just a little bit. When they do stuff like that, like, oh, that this argument got this many hits. But yeah, I did like his character in the very end, and yeah, kind of like you said, Joe, like he gets like he kind of redeems himself a little bit, or like kind of like not redeemed, but like he gets like humanized, right? He doesn't come off as a bad guy. You kind of understand him a little bit more. Then he just goes right to being an asshole again. It's like, oh,
Yeah, yeah,
where's the
yeah,
time? Man? Where's the time? Like you're like, oh,
yeah.
I like this guy. He's kind of coming around, and you're like, Oh man, he's just an asshole again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those for sure. One of the characters that like uh had a better development or arcs that was part of that ensemble cast because many of them, yeah, to me at least, I want to get y'all's opinion. Did not really stand out. I think we talked about Samson, we talked about Psy, of course Martha being the guilty one, but besides that, what do you guys think about the supporting cast? It's pretty stacked.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They did have a lot of good actors. Like I thought all the actors in the movie were good, but I do feel like some of them were a little underdeveloped or just underused. There were so many, like you
Yeah.
said. Like Bobby mentioned the cellist, like forgetting about her. Like I see why you could easily forget about her. Or like Kerry Washington's character, the lawyer. I get that she's kind of there because she was related to Psy's whole storyline, but she
Mhm.
really didn't play too big a role in the movie. Wasn't too memorable, like not her fault or anything. I just feel like it's almost like they could have cut back. Andrew Scott's character, like you said, the writer, I think he was a
Mhm.
little too forced in there. I think they could have cut out maybe three or four of those characters, but I agree. I think I agree. Thomas Hayden Church is probably my favorite too, but I think I just like that guy because of Sideways a lot, and he always reminds me of that movie. So
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with both of y'all. I do think that they could have kind of cut the fat a little bit in terms of the characters. Because honestly, like, God, I feel like I watched this like a week ago, and like the majority of the characters that weren't like either main characters or like involved in the scheme somehow, I've
Mhm.
like already forgotten about.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like the
exactly.
cellist, I forgot about sides like I think she's his sister, right? The lawyer.
Kerry Washington's character. Yep.
Yeah,
You're like his adoptive sister.
yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Uh like the
Yeah.
writer. Like I feel like a lot of these characters I'm not really thinking about after the movie at all,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Kind of, if Jeremy Renner didn't play a part in the overall act, I would have forgotten his character too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind
Yeah.
of like, oh, go ahead, Joe.
Oh, I was gonna say even Mila Kunis. I forgot she was in it till you mentioned her at the beginning, and I'm like, oh yeah, she had a decent, like a pretty big part as the
Mhm.
police chief or whatever. But they already have Benoit Blanc, who's like kind of like solving it. I feel like they didn't even really. I mean, I guess she had to be in the movie, but like, her character wasn't even that memorable either. It was kind of just there as like a sort of like a secondary authority figure that wasn't nearly as influential as Benoit Blanc. So yeah.
Well, yeah, her character reminds me kind of I'm pulling it up now, um, of Lakeith Stanfield's character in Knives Out One. His whole purpose was to kind of keep the movie going in
Hmm.
terms of, all right, let's find these, let's find these clues. Benoit, you're not making any sense. Let's put these clues together, right? Like explain it to someone who's, doesn't have a genius IQ. But with Mila Kunis's character, it kind of that the writing for her character just felt a little bit flat, and she just came off like um, not as like progressing the story until the very end where she was like, oh yeah, you didn't mention the fourth step or the fourth step of the book that you gave me, and that's that ended up being the pathway down. The finally they rolled up the rock all the way to the hill, and Mila Kunis is when she said that part, rolled the rock down. Um, but yeah, definitely for sure the ensemble of this cast to me beats out Glass Onion, and then you're gonna say something about me.
Oh no, no.
Oh, okay,
I would say anything.
yeah. Um, and then yeah, the first Knives Out, just really really strong cast. I think.
Hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck between one and three. Which one's better? Which one's who gets first place out of those two?
They, they all touch on kind of different themes and issues and stuff. I really do
Oh
think
yeah.
it's a awesome movie series in that aspect too. And I think like it also does a good job because they have like such mass appeal to where I do feel like they're reaching audiences that normally wouldn't be like tapped into like these type of discussions, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, because everyone loves Knives Out, man. I feel like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
uh,
What about I know
I think number three is my personal favorite so far, but they're all great movies, I think.
Yeah.
what about I know last time we like talked about after discussing, like at the end, after discussing, does it change your opinion of the movie? You like it more or less? Like, does it change anything for you guys? Or you guys feel like still pretty solid?
I think pretty solid for me. I came in liking the movie, and I think I'm leaving this, leave this conversation still thinking with the same score of 4.5. Would be tough to get it higher up. Um, what about you, Bobby?
I'll say there are maybe some issues that I didn't really think about until we discussed. I think the main thing being the kind of the bloat when it comes to the characters.
Hmm.
I came from I'll say I gave it a 4.7 at the beginning. I'll give it like a 4.3 now. Because I
Going
do feel like
down.
for a movie to truly be kind of in the upper echelon of movies, it shouldn't have this type of bloat with the characters, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a different type of movie. It's like the Lost Highway, there's so much like underneath, like you had to really put some work in to even figure out what was going on. Whereas this one, you really, I feel like it leaves it all out there. You kind of get what it's going for the first time, and
Hmm.
it's a different type of movie. So maybe it's not fair to the, to treat them the same way. But like, yeah, I agree with what Bobby's saying, I think too.
Uh, And I know we discussed kind of the future of the series a little bit earlier. With these movies have some stacked ensemble casts. Who are some actors y'all would love to see in the Knives Out universe?
Oh man, I'm thinking bring back Ana de Armas, bring back Chris Evans. Um, if they brought back Lakeith Stanfield, that would be cool. I can kind of see that working, honestly. Like, oh man, we need you again, right? You helped us in this first time. You can help us this next time. Um, bringing back Josh O'Connor for a cameo would be awesome. Um,
I feel like Adam Sandler would be awesome. I feel like he,
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah,
he
yeah,
would be
yeah.
good. It'd be cool if they threw a non-actor in there too, like maybe like Eminem or something. And then
yes, Eminem would be
Yeah.
awesome. I was thinking Bill Maher, bro. I think he would be funny in a
Bill
Knives
Maher.
Out movie.
he would have to be the murderer. You'd know right away he was the murderer.
I was thinking this one specifically, bro. Like, it would be so funny to have, bro. Can you imagine him? He's just like, "Arr," like.
Dude, they should have just had him play Benoit Blanc, but not like acknowledge that it was like a character. He just came and he was like, I solved the mystery. God doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Uh,
They should bring Justin Long.
oh,
yes, Justin
dude,
That would
Long
be
would
honestly,
be
bring
awesome.
him in. I feel like I could see him perfectly in this.
yeah, it's a good one.
And then
Like,
and then halfway through the movie, switch him out with Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, Skarsgård
Like,
would kill
yeah,
in this, man.
flip Barbarian backwards.
Yeah.
yeah.
We start with Justin Long and then get Skarsgård. That would be awesome.
What's the name of that dude from White Lotus season two? He's also in the Hunger Games.
Josh Hutcherson? No.
I
No,
think I
it's
know what you're talking about, like
Theo.
Theo James. Yeah.
Theo.
Oh,
I think he would. I think he'd be great in a Knives Out movie.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Uh,
Trying to think. Maybe Anya Taylor-Joy. I was honestly thinking she was already
Yes.
in one, but I guess not. I guess because the menu's kind of like similar movie and whatever. But I feel like she'd be good in one of these movies too.
Ooh, I have to look up this. Honestly, I don't even need to look up this actor's name. House. We should have House be in there.
Oh, he would be good. He would be
Really
good.
good.
He would
Yeah,
be awesome.
yeah.
Uh, any other actors y'all think would do great in the Knives Out universe?
I feel like Snoop Dogg could be good too.
Snoop
Snoop
Yeah,
Dogg.
Snoop
Yeah.
Dogg
Snoop
and Eminem
Dogg.
together.
They should have a whole rapper Knives Out.
The
Yeah.
rapper
Ice
verse.
Cube.
Oh, Ice Cube. Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, I actually do think Ice Cube would be good in a
Yeah,
Knives Out movie.
yeah. He's a good actor. All right. I don't know. Any closing thoughts? We should probably wrap this up, but any closing thoughts on this movie?
Uh,
I think it was honestly super solid. I think it's would y'all ever watch this movie again?
oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
I would, but probably it's not like super rewatchable just because it's like kind of a little long and then it's like hinges on the mystery of it all. But yeah, I'd definitely still watch it again.
I think it might be the longest of the I'm gonna look it up real quick. It is the longest of the series.
Yeah.
First one coming in at 2 hours, 10 minutes. Second one coming at 2:19. And then this one coming in at 2 hours, 24. Which is funny because that first one does not feel like 2 hours. That one feels like an hour 45, which is
Yeah.
how crazily that fast paced that movie is.
Yeah.
Should we talk about what movie we should watch next or
Ooh, yeah.
leave that up to the subscribers down below?
No,
If there's like a single person who leaves a comment on any of the videos, like
yeah.
honestly, if you're watching this, comment what you want us to review. Comment if you want to come on the podcast. Like, you know, well, one thing about getting in on the ground floor with a podcast like this is like if you're a fan, like we will have like so much love and respect for you.
Oh yeah.
We'll bring you on the pod, like, you know.
Absolutely. And if we don't end up getting like, a good one from the comments and you guys have any movies you want to watch, let me. I feel like I kind of picked both the last ones, so you guys definitely feel free to pick some movies.
Should we do Marty Supreme? It just came out. It's in theaters. I feel like that's a movie you gotta watch in theaters. Should
Yeah.
we talk about that one? So look out for the Marty Supreme Great Take movie review podcast coming out on all platforms.
Uh,
And then of course, leave your comments, leave your suggestions, leave your theories on what y'all thought of this movie. Are our ratings too high? Are we giving it, too much glory? Or are the other Knives Out better? Is this Daniel Craig's best performance? He's been Bond. He's been Benoit Blanc. He's done The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. What else has he done? He's done a whole bunch of other stuff. Is this his legacy?
uh,
Um, leave that in the comments below, and we'll talk about it maybe in the next podcast.
but also, if you or someone you know was somehow involved in the making of this movie, whether they're a crew member, actor, I know the chance of this is so low. But bro, if you Daniel Craig or anyone else who was involved in the movie, if you're watching this, we would love to have you on the podcast. We would love to interview you.
Yeah, yeah. And all our
Yes.
all our criticisms, don't take them personally. We're in it for the love of the game. We don't, we're not trying to hate on you. It's all love.
Just a couple of dudes who love movies.
All right. I feel like that's the pod.
That's it, man.
Yeah, that was-
That's sick.
That was solid.